Hey there, Avra here with Cami. Did you know that Cami has something called feature controls? What are feature controls? It's a special way for teachers to be able to control the features that kids have access to in Cami. So what do I mean? I mean, if you want them to just have the text box tool, that's all they'll have. Or if you want them to be able to draw, but nothing else, you can do that as well. Let's take a look at the possibilities. Feature controls in Cami exist as a mechanism for teachers to be able to control the digital learning environment for students. This is the feature control menu. If you scroll through, you'll notice that each feature in Cami has a checkbox next to it. Teachers can select the checkbox or deselect the checkbox to turn on and off tools for students. Let's take a look at how we get to this feature control menu. To begin with, if teachers want to set up an activity for students that's collaborative, they'll want to start in Cami with their file open. Then they'll want to go up to the Share button at the top right of the screen. They'll click the Share button, and from here, they'll want to go down to Anyone with the link is an editor. This is a way to make an activity collaborative for students. From here, select Feature Control, and you'll be taken to this menu. There are all sorts of options in this menu, including the ability to turn on all of the tools or turn off all of the tools. It's helpful if you turn all of the tools off and then critically think about which tools your students need to do the activity that you're providing for them. Maybe you want them to have the text box tool, or perhaps you want them to be able to add media in the form of taking a picture. You can do that as well. If you scroll even further, you'll notice that there are a variety of support features, such as the ability for students to be able to copy and paste, spell check to be turned on and off, the ability for students to be able to add pages, or even use voice typing, or have closed captions appear on their audio and video comments that they can see. Both our video and voice comments can have closed captions to support students who need them. But these are all options that can be turned off or on by teachers at any time. Lastly, if you find yourself using the same 5 tools each time, for example, you can tell Cami to remember those options. You can always make changes, but by default, these will be the options that are selected. So we'll hit OK. And now let's take a look as I close out of this box. Let's go over and look at a student view. Take note of the full toolbar here for the teacher. If I come over now and look at the student view, you'll notice that there is the Select tool, which is the mouse, the text box tool, and the Add Media tool. It's also important to note that at any time, teachers can make changes to the activity. So let's say that this teacher has asked students to take a picture of their favorite book, but now he has decided that he wants them to also verbalize the reasons that that book is their favorite. So he may choose to go back up to the Share button, click it, and then head back down to Feature Controls. At that time, he can simply scroll down to the voice comment or the video comment. And now, students will have additional options that appear in their toolbar. We'll hit OK, close out of this box, and then let's go back over and look at that student view. Seamlessly, without students needing to refresh or reload the tab or the program, they now have the ability to record their voice with a voice comment or record a video in order to add to what they've already done on the page. It's also important to note that while we were talking just now about a collaborative activity, individual activities can have feature controls as well. If you'll notice down here in the bottom right, the feature control option is right here in Google Classroom. It looks exactly the same, and for each assignment, teachers can choose which tools they want students to have. If you're a Canvas user, you'll also find feature controls listed as you create a Cami assignment. And Schoology is the same. You'll see feature controls down here at the bottom. It also works with Microsoft Teams. And with Canvas and Schoology, it is important to note that you need to use the LTI or the second integration of Kami. If any of this doesn't make sense to you, please know that you can reach out to any of us on the Teacher Success team at Kami, and we'll be happy to get into a call or email back and forth or help you in any way that we can. Thanks.